Easy action.
I'm your host, Jada Boss, and you're watching Boss Talk TV's Tall Table Discussions, where educated opinions entertain you, the viewer. I have a panelist of 4 people. They're going to introduce themselves with their names and their majors, starting with...
What's up, y'all? I'm Chris, accounting major.
I'm Nick. I'm a kinesiology major.
I'm Bia. I'm a communications major.
I'm Colin. I'm a criminal justice major.
And our topic today, what's my major? Broadcast journalism.
Clearly.
Doing what I'm doing.
She's out here.
Our topic today is thirsty. So what's thirsty and what's a thirst trap? So we're going to start, we got a lot of questions. So let's kind of breeze through these, but let's give valid, good opinions. Number 1, what is it to be thirsty as it's used in a slang term? Obviously, a lot of people who don't know the slang term will just think that we have these vitamin waters, proud sponsor, for a reason. So what's thirsty as a slang word? Colin?
I feel like thirsty it can go both ways for guys and girls. Like, you know, if a girl, or I'll use it for me because I'm a female, if a guy is texting my phone nonstop and I'm not giving him any play, like, why are you continue to hit me up? Like, you thirsty for attention, I guess you can say in a sense.
Okay. B, what do you think?
Another way to be thirsty is you can be thirsty for likes on Instagram or thirsty for retweets. You say things that others want to hear or others like to see that you know that they're like, and you'll post them.
Nick?
Thirsty is anybody that doesn't understand the word no. If I say no and you still asking and you still have questions and you didn't hear me just say no, you're thirsty.
Chris?
Actually, that was literally the same thing that was going to come out of my mouth. Yeah, just...
Okay, so B was talking about posting things that you think people would like. What's a thirst trap, B?
Oh, goodness. A thirst trap is when you are not a professional model, maybe, and you take model-esque pictures, and you're most of the time half naked, and yeah, you put on the social network, and there goes the trap. All these dudes just fall for the trap, and they come at you, and...
Okay,
Can
Nick?
I add to that?
Definitely.
The next time I see a fresh out of the shower picture on Instagram, I'm unfollowing
Or
everybody.
a good night picture and you got a full-fledged face of
makeup,
makeup.
or
How you going to bed?
just came from the gym and you got a sports bra on and spandex and
you look
your
like-
boobs are popped
And
out.
you're not sweating.
Thirst
These
trap.
are thirst traps. So how can guys have thirst traps, Chris?
Honestly, actually, I know one. Like if you like, you know, flexing your abs, stuff like that, or you flexing your arms and you take a picture, like,
Okay.
you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
you know, just showing off your butt.
For guys showing off money
I was
Yeah,
gonna say, I think
yeah.
posting that paycheck
or
is a thirst
sneakers.
trap.
Okay,
Yeah.
so do we think thirst traps are a sign of insecurity?
Yes.
Yes.
We do.
For females, like, I feel like I know a gorgeous female who posts pictures of just her face, and she has 1 million likes, and she's gorgeous.
Yeah, but we're not
then
talking about you.
But then I feel like, you know, I mean, like the girls who post
You can have the
pictures.
juice. Everyone take it!
I got the juice.
Actually, that's water. That's vitamin water.
But I feel like the females who post pictures of just their boobs, or, you know, post pictures of, this isn't mine either, but I feel like the females who post pictures of just their boobs and, you know, pictures of like sitting on the sink, like, why do you have to show all that? Are you not confident within your own inner beauty? Like, you know what I mean? Like, so if you're showing your boobs, what do you think guys are looking at? Not you. They're looking at, well, you, but.
Okay, so
But
when-
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I definitely do. So when does a compliment, and I'm going to ask Chris because Chris is a guy, and usually guys compliment other females. When do you think a compliment goes past flattery and goes straight to thirsty?
Probably when it's really about the intentions of your compliment. Like I look at Colin, I say, Colin, you're a beautiful girl. I'm not, you know, being
thirsty.
This is the point where it gets thirsty. You so beautiful, dang, look at your eyes, like, your smile.
And you might do it on every picture.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, like it's just
It's
when
doing
you
too much.
Yeah, when you do too much, like I feel like if I say somebody's beautiful, they kind of get the gist I'm talking about, you know, their face, like, well, you know, as much as I know of. So I don't need to throw in, oh, look at your eyes, oh, look at your, you know, look at your lips, look at your smile. Like that encompasses the word. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay. All right, I got you. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you. So B had to add, yeah.
Just to add to that one, well, I just seen it recently. A thirstiest comment I've seen on Instagram. This girl said on a regular person's picture, "Have my babies." Really? Like, that is just beyond, like,
That's beyond.
that's just doing too much.
Okay.
Too much.
Nick, what you mean? What you think
When
about
it goes
thirsty
past-
comments past flattery?
Okay, I think if it's repeated, like if you tell, like Chris just told Colin she's beautiful. If he says it once, it's a compliment. But if he comes in here every morning and he's like, Colin, you're so beautiful. Colin got it. She heard you the first time.
Okay.
I don't know, because
basically,
he could be obsessed with you. Like, he could really love you.
Is that not somewhere in
That's kind of thirsty though. If that
If
person don't
it's
love
not
back
mutual,
though.
you know?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
There we go.
I feel
gotta
like
clear that
if
up.
you comment on a thirst trap, you're
You're
thirsty, because I feel like if there's a young woman, you know, pose a certain way with, like, you know, her assets out, and you comment on that talking about, I feel like if you comment on that picture and like you're beautiful, like she's showing her body, she's not showing you her, like, you know what I mean?
So to jump on that, like of what you just said, how can you avoid being called thirsty and still showing the proper attention? How do you think? Like as a girl.
Like me commenting on someone,
Yeah.
or well, I don't really make comments on pictures, but no, I'm,
Girl? She a lot. I got her
No.
on mine.
I comment on B. I do. I'm thirsty for B. Let's be honest. No, I'm just kidding.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest.
But like, if a guy has a picture and it's like really a genuine, nice picture, I'll comment and be like, you know, you have a really pretty smile. But you know, I mean, that's it. But I feel like if I were to comment and be like, you have a really pretty smile, and then put, you know, a million smiley face emojis, I feel like that's being thirsty. Like,
Right.
I'm trying to really get it through to you that I like your smile.
Okay.
I like it.
So anybody else, how can we avoid being thirsty by just showing the proper attention? Nick?
I'm not really big on compliments. Like,
Okay.
I'm on, you know.
Does anyone here compliment?
I do
You know,
compliment.
honestly, I just feel like in that essence, you just gotta stay traditional. Like when you talk, like for example, when I say, Colin, you're beautiful. Okay. I feel like that's a traditional comment. Like, you know, that's something that you don't hear often, but it's often enough to be traditional. I wouldn't say, you know,
Hey ma, you sexy.
yeah, like, hey ma, you sex, like, or you know, something like that. Like, you just gotta stay traditional with what you're saying, because then you have that level of rapport that maintains, you know, you giving this person, you know, their props, and at the same time not coming off in any certain direction. It's staying balanced.
Okay, so getting back on thirst traps, how do we recognize a thirst trap and how can we avoid a thirst trap? Colin?
Well, see, when I go on Instagram, it's normally the same people. Like, if they said a thirst trap, it's normally the same people. I'm like, oh, she's posting a picture. I bet she's half naked. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I see like the same thing over and over again. But like, basically, like they said, if it's a guy, you know, he's sitting in front of his Benz, or, you know, flaunting his money, or, you know what I'm saying? Or
Right.
females, with females more, it's them showing their body, being half naked. And necessarily, you don't even have to be like showing your body. If you have something on skin tight where you still, you know what I mean? Or this is another thing that I've seen that, I mean, it makes me so mad. Like, fresh out the shower pics, but then your captions like, oh, going to make lunch. Like, but you're in the bathroom, sitting on the counter. You're still a thirst trap, like.
Okay, so how else do we recognize thirst traps?
Like when you're like in a place, like say, I've seen this on Instagram where there's females that have like pictures in the kitchen, they sitting on the counter with heels on. So you just sit on your counter in heels. Yeah. That's thirsty.
B said it's unsanitary.
You did have your attention.
No, that's and I think it's it's funny because at the same time, it's a trap because secretly that's what we want. And we don't know enough to know whether it's true or not. So we just gonna take the chance.
But
Like,
if you have respect for yourself, you're gonna send that to the phone number,
you're right.
not the Instagram.
You're right.
Not
That's the main reason why I don't have an Instagram, because I don't like the projection that Instagram puts out there.
Okay.
Like, at all. So it's like in Twitter, it's a lot less invasive on who you are as a person than Instagram, because Twitter is what you can post pictures, but it's mainly about what you say, what's on your mind.
But you can have a thirst
You can
trap.
have, yeah, no.
I was gonna
You're right.
talk about
You're right.
thirst traps
You
because
can have a thirst. Oh, go ahead.
I've seen thirst traps on Twitter where girls are like, oh, it's cuddle season. I wish I had someone to cuddle with, knowing that you got about 50 people in your phone you can hit up and you didn't have to tweet that. Or people were like, oh, I want to go see Twilight. Who wants to go? Or dudes are like, hey, I just got paid. I'm trying to go to.
Can I add to that?
Yeah, Nick, go ahead.
The little games where it's like the number game. That's a thirst trap. The honest DMs. It's a thirst trap. Stuff like that.
Twitter can be a
I've never
thirst
heard
trap.
of any of those.
On the other
You don't
hand,
follow the right people.
on the other hand, Twitter can be a thirst trap because there's guys who talk about, oh, I don't like my female to do this and that. For instance, there's somebody on Twitter that we all know of. He's very known, and he tweeted one day, oh, I like them girls with they messy buns and, laying around in their sweatpants. 5 minutes later, I kid you not, girls were posting pictures in messy buns and sweatpants. Like, that is a thirst trap.
That's being thirsty too.
Yes, it's both. It's both at once.
So that's thirsty and thirst trap.
Okay, so the last question I'd have to ask you guys is, what's unattractive about it all? Like, what's so
it's insecure to me.
okay, so the insecurity level is unattractive.
And am I myself with guys? Like, if you're posting money, like, I'm making my own money. I'm in school. I don't care what you have. Like, that's not attractive to me. And then girls, I have my own boobs. I don't want to see yours. I shouldn't be able to tell what size cup you are. That's so, it makes all, if you see a dark-skinned girl with long hair and she's a thirst trap, that makes all kind of, you know what I mean? It's like, are all the girls like that? It makes us as women look bad, and we're not all like that.
Okay, what's unattractive on the guy side, Chris?
I mean, in my eyes, it's just despicable because it's just like, men are already built. I mean, in this world, we already aren't, like I said before, aren't at that level. Towards girls? You want to push towards girls? Or?
I think you should for guys.
Okay.
And I'll do towards guys. Do I have to say mine? No. You should do towards girls.
I mean, you really did.
So, Chris, what do you think as far as guys? What makes it unattractive? What makes the whole thing unattractive?
I mean, like, towards girls, it's just like...
I think it's despicable.
Yeah, it's despicable because you really don't have to do that. So then it comes into question, why are you? Then you got to think about your intentions. Like, do you want that attention? Is it strictly off of just because you want attention? And if that's the case, yeah. I mean,
it's just asking for attention. It's just insecurity.
Yeah, it goes back to insecurity, which isn't attractive.
Okay. So basically, what we get from being thirsty and what we get from thirst traps is avoid the thirst traps by pretty much seeing through people. And being thirsty just stems from insecurities and just wanting a lot of the wrong attention.
Yeah.
We want to thank you for watching here at UNLV in the Student Union, live at the tall tables with us, Boss Talk TV. Till next time, like, comment, share, and you won't be thirsty for doing it.
She has a million likes and she's gorgeous.
Yeah, but we're not talking about you.
I know.
Thirsty is anybody that doesn't understand the word no. If I say no and you still asking, you still have questions and you didn't hear me just say no,
Have my baby. Really? Like, that is just beyond, like, that's just doing too much.
That's kind of thirsty though. If that
if
person don't
it's
want
not
that
mutual,
though.
you know?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.